times the Lakers and Celtics have gone to a dramatic seventh game. In 1962 and 66, Bill Russell kept lighting Red Auerbach's cigar. And in 69, the Celtics and Don Nelson kept getting the bounces. And tonight, a new set of heroes waits in the wings. This spectacular series has been an emotional roller coaster. There has been drama, flair, sadness, hustle, exhaustion, aggression, retaliation, and raw anger. For Casey Jones' Celtics, they are pointing for a 15th championship banner. For Pat Riley, a title would be the Lakers' third in this decade. So welcome to Boston, a city in waiting, as the Lakers and Celtics come to the Garden to decide the NBA World Championship. The great Bill Russell, who never lost one, said it best of seventh games when he wrote, "You're about to run your guts out in 5 or 6 miles of short, frantic sprints." The president has expressed interest in the outcome. While you're waiting there, shivering in your own sweat, you can literally feel the energy about to be released by the fans in the stands. Perfectly respectable people are getting ready to yell and scream, behaving as they never would anyplace else. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'm Brent Musburger. Russ also used to joke that if you could bottle all the emotion that is released in a basketball game, you'd have enough hatred to start a war and enough joy to prevent one. And here tonight in the ancient Boston Garden, we'll run the entire gamut of emotions. And when we're finally finished, the survivor will receive this trophy, the Larry O'Brien Trophy, for being the NBA World Champion this year. Here in the Garden, of course, you know the story. There is no air conditioning. It rose to 97 degrees on a Friday night. Tonight, it is just shy of 90 degrees, but it is not nearly as oppressive or stifling. They have found some extra fans, and that has helped the circulation tremendously. Still, heat fatigue will be a factor in this game. And for more on the matchups, let's go down now to Dick Stockton.
Thank you very much, Brent. It is not as hot or humid as it was last Friday, and the Lakers feel that they were not prepared for that game. They have indeed come prepared for this game. This is a 7th game. There are only 3 players on both teams who have taken part in a deciding game in a World Championship Series. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Mitch Kupchak of the Lakers, and Dennis Johnson of the Celtics, and they did it with different teams. One man who was a part of a lot of 7th games and was also played a major role in 10 World Championships as a player and coach is my partner, Tom Heinsohn. What does a 7th game mean?
Well, Dick, the 7th game, when that locker room door closes, you can cut the tension with a knife. And the biggest challenge for a coach is to loosen up the troops. I can remember in the Milwaukee series back in '74, loosening up my players by telling the worst jokes I could possibly find. So I think the coach that came up with the best joke writer is going to win this thing.
Other than that, and the strategy before the game and how you handle the players, how do you size up this game, Tom?
I think the team that gets off to the quickest start, makes their most positive statement early, will win. It is especially important for LA to make their statement quickly because they got to try and take this crowd out of it. The heat factor should be a little less than it was in the prior game here. I think that the Lakers perhaps are better prepared to handle it.
All right, Tom, and now the injury report, which is important here. Bob McAdoo is in uniform. He has a strained Achilles tendon, but he is not expected to play. Magic Johnson's been bothered by tendonitis in the knee. On the Celtics side, Scott Wedman has a fractured fibula in the right leg. He is also not expected to play, and ML Carr is going to be wearing goggles. He was hit with beer thrown by a fan in Los Angeles after the game. ML Carr said, "I need the goggles, my eye bothers me," and the coach says, "I will be playing." There's another story about another man, and right now for that, let's go back up to Brent. Brent?
Well, Dick, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar appears to be in perfect condition tonight, and that could be tremendous news for the Boston Celtics. Every time we get word that he is suffering from a migraine, it's the Celtics who have wound up with a headache. We're about ready for Game 7 of this World Championship.
The NBA on CBS. Tonight's championship game is sponsored by Light beer from Miller, everything you always wanted in a beer, and less. Ford on your local Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately?
For all the taste you've missed in wine, pour a Polo.
Instead of Lambrusco, you'll love the taste.
For all the refreshment you've missed in wine, pour a Polo.
Instead of Chablis,
You'll love the taste.
For all there's never been in wine before, pour a Polo.
instead of Suave.
Now there's a new wine, new Polo Brindisi.
Pour a Polo. You'll love the taste.
Polo Brindisi.
I thought I'd add a phone in my workshop, so I leased one from AT&T. You see, with a lease, there's just small monthly payments. If I ever have a problem, I just call AT&T toll-free or stop by one of their phone centers and swap it for another one. Now, would a quality phone like this ever need fixing? Probably not. But that's what I like about leasing. No matter what happens, I can relax.
AT&T Consumer Sales and Service.
We're back at Boston Garden, and right now for the starting lineups of both teams, let's go to public address announcer Andy Jick.
First, for the visiting Los Angeles Lakers, at guard, number 21, Michael Cooper. At the other guard, number 32, Irvin Magic Johnson. At center, number 33, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. At forward, number 31, Kurt Rambis. And at the other forward, number 42, James Worthy. The coach of the Lakers, Pat Riley. Celtics. At guard, number 3, Dennis Johnson. At the other guard, number 43, Gerald Henderson. At center, number 00, Robert Parish. At forward, number 31 is Cedric Maxwell. And at the other forward, number 33, Larry Bird. The coach of the Celtics, K.C. Jones.
Well, they say there's nothing louder than a packed house at Boston Garden for a big game. And the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers, who have met 7 times for NBA World Championship, and the Celtics have won all 7. First one was when the Lakers were in Minneapolis, the last 6 when they were the Los Angeles Lakers. Pat Riley, who has been to the championship series 3 straight years, and the officials, Darryl Garrettson and Earl Strom, will work the game, and Jake O'Donnell will be the alternate. And keep in mind, that last Friday night in the humidity of Boston Garden, they needed to go to the alternate official. The Boston Celtics have never lost the 7th game for a title, and the Los Angeles Lakers have never won. And with that backdrop, and the duels between Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and of course Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, we get set. The championship is at stake. Darryl Garrettson tosses it up. Boston ball. And the Celtics will take over possession.
The Celtics want to try and make sure that Larry Bird has the ball in his hands.
He was upset. Casey Jones was upset that he didn't have the ball in his hands enough in the latter stages of game number 6 as the Lakers won to send it to the 7th game. Henderson looking inside. Dennis Johnson finds Bird. Robert Parish gets the offensive rebound, and they're going to have a jump ball. So the Lakers effectively tie up the Celtics 7-foot center.
Well, right away they went to Larry Bird. Casey Jones spent the last day and a half talking about it to his players.
Parish will jump against Magic Johnson. And Magic didn't even jump for it. Dennis Johnson in the backcourt. He has really emerged in the last 3 games in the championship series. Guarded by James Worthy. Bird, smothered, goes up anyway. Well, you said it, no question that Larry Bird, the man the Celtics will live or die with tonight. Magic Johnson short with the jumper. And here's Dennis Johnson on the break. And here's Kareem at the other end. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with an incredible play. He was tangled up, but managed to get the ball up and in. Has a chance to quiet the crowd and a 3-point play.
The Lakers want to push the ball up as fast as they possibly can. Here's Kareem. What a move he puts on Henderson to slide by. A little trip there. Still enough balance to put it in. What a play.
Gerald Henderson with the personal foul. Nearly a minute gone by, opening period. The Celtics are 12-1 at home in these playoffs. The Lakers have won 5 out of 9 road games. Henderson outside. They're looking for Maxwell, and now Henderson, who likes to penetrate, goes up and draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. The foul is on James Worthy, his first personal foul on the Lakers first.
Well, they established Larry Bird the way they want to, and now the next guy they go to is Dennis Johnson to see if he can open up the inside game a little bit with his outside shot, but they're up tight on him.
Dennis Johnson was criticized early in the series, but he has come on like he did in the early playoffs. He has had 20 or more points in the last 3 games. He has been hitting his outside shots and has been a terrific challenge to Magic Johnson defensively.
He has done the job in that department since game 4. I think Magic is going to have a little different approach to playing Dennis Johnson. They're going to try and blow by him.
Magic Johnson against Dennis. Kareem double team. They'll double team all the big guns. Parish knocks it out of bounds. LA ball. Obviously, as we've established, the half-court game means first number 33, Kareem.
He is 80% of their set offense. They go to him practically all the time. And the Celtics are ready for it.
Magic Johnson now has missed 2 shots from outside. Cedric Maxwell, the rebound for Boston. So Kareem has all 3 Laker points, but Magic has missed 2 from outside.
But I don't like what the Celtics are doing right now, Dick. They're not pushing the ball fast at the Lakers.
Larry Bird fall away over Worthy. Way short. And now the Lakers coming back. Neither team has been able to run yet in the opening minutes.
But the Lakers have tried.
Here's Kareem, sky hook. He has struggled with the sky hook throughout the series, and now the Celtics have it. 2 minutes gone by in the first period. Bird. Kareem gets the rebound. He has been the leading rebounder for the Lakers as Michael Cooper handles it. Rambis decides not to challenge Robert Parish. He's setting a screen for Magic Johnson. Henderson is pesky and commits the foul. Foul is on Henderson, and that's his second.
The Celtics will show a packed-in defense against Jabbar early to make Cooper and Johnson shoot from the outside. That time, Henderson challenged Magic.
Magic Johnson has missed 2 outside shots. Worthy, who has been the second man the Lakers like to go to in half-court offense after Kareem. And now they're going to call Henderson with a 3rd foul. Gerald Henderson fouling away from the ball now with 3 personal fouls. And Casey Jones with 9:31 to go in the first period may have to go to his bench and will.
Here comes Henderson trying to guard Cooper on the cut right behind Larry Bird. He picks up his 3rd.
And ML Carr is going to make his entrance, goggles and all. First dead ball. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the sky hook. He has all 5 Laker points. The Celtics lead by 1. Parish. Rambis clears. Fast break try. It's 2-on-1 LA. Worthy, Cooper. And it's Michael Cooper with a 2-on-1. They got it up in a hurry, Tommy.
When they get the rebound, they have the best team in the NBA to push it up against the defense. They'll beat you all the time. You got to hustle back.
K.C. Jones said, quickest fast break he's ever seen. Maxwell going inside is called for the offensive foul. Cedric Maxwell on the charge. And now ML Carr has come into the ball game, replacing Gerald Henderson, who goes out with 3 fouls. Carr is the spiritual leader of the club. His steal in overtime sealed off game number 4 for the Celtics, the big win for them. Johnson out to Worthy. Rambis, no basket, and a 3-second violation has been called against the Lakers.
Both teams very tentative right now. Not really into their style the way they like to be, the emotion of the game. They're not coming out quick.
But they're going to the big guns. They're going to Bird on the Boston side, Kareem and Magic on the Lakers side. Dennis Johnson. Well, he's had that shot lately. Dennis Johnson has 6 points. He has 6 of Boston's 8. Kareem has 5 of the Lakers' 7. Michael Cooper on the miss. Parish out to Maxwell. It's a 3-on-2 break for Boston. And Larry Bird has his second basket. 4 minutes gone by, first period. The Celtics lead it 10-7. Michael Cooper comes back and hits from outside, and he has been a reliable outside shooter throughout the series. Now the Celtics are pushing it up. Johnson against Rambis. ML Carr. Bad pass. Picked off by Magic Johnson. Cooper, 3-on-1 Lakers. Rambis. Foul. The basket is good. And the Lakers, making the most of the fast break, have taken an 11-10 lead. Their second lead of the game.
Here's a steal. ML sees the man attack him, puts it on the floor, sees Kareem adjust, and the next thing you know, the quick hands of the Lakers, and long pass out. Look at this 3-on-1. You've got to get back quickly against the Lakers. You're going to pay the price.
Foul is on Dennis Johnson, his first, and the 4th team foul on Boston. 5, and you're in the penalty. Kurt Rambis has a 3-point play. And now the Lakers lead by 2.
This is not a fast team that the Celtics have on the court right now, so they really have to work hard at getting back.
Larry Bird with a brilliant bounce pass to Maxwell, who ties the game with 7 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the first period. And Michael Cooper and ML Carr going at it. And the foul is on Carr. ML Carr is known for his physical play.
Here's ML. He's going to stay with Michael Cooper. They try and rub him off. He's right there with them, muscling. His job is out there is to get a little physical, and the officials are calling it close.
5th team foul on the Celtics. They're in the penalty, and Michael Cooper will shoot 2. ML Carr wearing the goggles, beer in his face, and he told me before the game that he said there was something in there besides the beer that really irritated my eyes. If it were just beer, he says, I think it would have been all right.
Well, they certainly have been red for the last couple of days. That's an unfortunate thing that some fan out in L.A. did.
So Cooper makes only 1 free throw. You see the time, nearly 7 minutes to go in the first period. Lakers lead. And now they call a foul on the Lakers away from the ball. It is only their 2nd team foul, and it's the first foul charged to Kurt Rambis. A 22nd timeout taken by K.C. Jones. What does K.C. want to talk about right now?
Well, I think he wants them to really establish their style. You got to push it up. They're half walking it up all the time. They don't have the great foot speed in there with Henderson not being in the backcourt, so somebody else has got to advance the ball quickly for the Celtics.
Tommy, you talked about the importance, particularly of the Lakers, to getting off to a good start. How would you judge this even game, so to speak, in the first 5 minutes?
Well, they have to be very happy right now to be 1 up instead of a few points down. The Celtics look very, very tentative of establishing what they want to do. Normally they come out running. The Lakers have run their fast break. They've picked up 2 or 3 of them, easy hoops, and the Celtics really are being dominated right now.
Kevin McHale is on the bench, and of course he'll be coming off it before long for the Boston Celtics. He was voted the best 6th man this year, but has been generally disappointing in the series so far. Bird is outside, and Michael Cooper, one of the best defensive players in the NBA, knocks the ball away. Cooper will cover Bird like a blanket, but there have been times Bird's been getting away from him.
He scored very well underneath against Cooper, made him pay the price on the boards.
and Parish, who has the ability for a big man to hit the 12-footer, puts Boston up by 1, and we have under 7 minutes to play. We're in the first period. Vic Stockton and Tom Heinsohn here at the Boston Garden. And ML Carr hustles nicely and saves it to Dennis Johnson, who's going all the way in for the basket. No. He took too many steps. No basket. And I think he was just determined to go all the way inside.
They had Larry Bird wide open and didn't dish it off to him. And he should have. He goes right into the pack. You can't see Larry Bird, who's right on his right side, but he ends up traveling.
And the Celtics call a timeout. They lead by 1.
Introducing Macintosh. It does all the things you'd expect a business computer to do. It does a lot of things you wouldn't expect a business computer to do. And it does some things no other business computer has ever done before. Of course, to do all this, you will have to learn to do this. Macintosh, the computer for the rest of us.
This camping trip was a good idea.
Yeah, it sure is relaxing.
Peaceful. Groovy.
Groovy? Kind of dark, though. Man, I'm getting thirsty.
Yeah, let's have another light beer from Miller.
Lights, less filling.
Taste great! Less filling! Taste great! Less filling! Taste great! What was that?
The creature.
What creature?
Well, legend has it that a horrible thing stalks these woods.
Oh, Mickey!
And it comes out when the moon is full.
What does this creature look like?
It walks on 2 legs, but it isn't human.
It's got big eyes that bulge out and... It's the creature!
Hey, guys, where you going? Hey, guys, where are the marshmallows?
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Come on, it's after us! Man, did you see that thing?
Next Saturday, 12 of the world's top NASCAR and Formula One drivers will compete in the first of a series from the International Race of Champions. Next Saturday on CBS Sports.
NBA Commissioner David Stern amongst the capacity crowd tonight, as well as Larry O'Brien, the former commissioner, and the Larry O'Brien Trophy will be awarded to the winner of tonight's game as NBA champion. 14-13, the Celtics lead the Lakers, and the Lakers, who have been able to push the ball up effectively, inbounded. Tough defense by Boston in the backcourt.
A little pressure, but this is not the best press team the Celtics can throw out there.
Cooper looking into Kareem. Kareem in good position. And Abdul-Jabbar now with 7 points in the game. He's averaging over 26 in the series, and he's the Laker high scorer.
When he wants to get position, he gets it.
Larry Bird now picked up by Magic and Cooper. They double him way outside. That was Pat Riley's plan. Carr is open. Now Rambis picks him up. 3-point attempt. Misses. But the Lakers with a good half-court defense as they doubled both Bird and Parish. Here's Magic Johnson. Looking behind him to Bird. Lakers by 1. Magic going inside, feeding Rambis. Kareem controls it, but into the hands of a Celtic. Parish to Johnson. Now Bird. Maxwell. And there's the long pass overthrown. As Magic Johnson thought he could spot Kareem down court, but even with 7'3" he was a little higher than that, wasn't he?
That was the hard one, baby.
5.5 minutes to play in the first period. Look how tightly they guard Larry Bird. Maxwell goes in again and draws the foul. Keep in mind that Cedric Maxwell is a good pressure player. He was the most valuable player in the playoffs the last time the Celtics won an NBA title. As Jamal Wilkes makes his first entry into the ball game. He hasn't been the vintage Jamal Wilkes, but he can hurt you with good defense and outside shooting. Danny Ainge is in the game at guard for Boston.
I think Casey recognizes that he'd like to have a little bit more speed in there, particularly after ML missed that outside shot.
Rambis had committed the foul on Maxwell. It was Kurt's second, and only the third team foul on the Lakers. The Celtics already in the penalty. Maxwell makes the free throw. So Danny Ainge replaces ML Carr. He's in the backcourt defending along with Dennis Johnson. Wilkes came in for Rambis. Bird is guarding him. Maxwell overplaying Worthy nicely. Good defense by Boston as Bird gets the rebound. He is the best rebounder for either side. Danny Ainge pulls up. Parish keeps it alive. Under 5 minutes to play, first period. Boston by 3. Dennis Johnson. Loose ball, and Kareem has it. Watch Magic lead the break. He's got Worthy and Cooper, and Wilkes is the trailer. They go to Kareem. Inside move against Parish, and an offensive foul against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. His first.
All right, with Bird in the ball game right now, every time he puts the ball on the floor, there's going to be a double team, so it's going to cause the Celtics perhaps a little bit of difficulty.
There they go with Jamal Wilkes and Michael Cooper. Bird gets it back. Maxwell. And a jump ball. Maxwell thought he was fouled as the Celtics asserting themselves on the offensive boards, and that has been the story on many of their victories in this series.
What the Celtics are trying to do now, every time Bird is doubled, when he puts it on the floor, is he'll pass it quickly and then get it back so he can drive.
And that's what they did there. The jump controlled by LA. 4:13 remaining in the first period. The Celtics lead by 3. Worthy, double team, and he's pushed. And that is the 4th team foul by Boston. So the Lakers will inbounds from under their basket. The foul is on Maxwell. 2 personals on Maxwell. Henderson, Gerald Henderson, the playmaker who started the game for the Celtics, has been on the bench with 3 personal fouls.
You know, when you're playing a 7th game like this, you have a tendency to not want to make one single mistake. And that is not the way the game should be played. You got to play it with a little bit of more abandon.
They say James Worthy was in the act of shooting, but he misses his first free throws. And of course, if you want to concentrate on not making mistakes, that's usually the time you make them.
You're second guessing, you're hesitant, you're tentative, and then it leads to turnovers.
Celtics with the ball in a 2-point lead.
Wilkes guards Bird pretty well.
He's an underrated defensive player. He's just an all-around outstanding player. Here's Bird trying to get away, gets it into Parish, who's doubled. Maxwell picks up the air ball, and he's fouled. Tom, if it weren't for Cedric Maxwell and his hustle inside, the Lakers, with their smothering defense, might have a bigger lead than they have now.
Whenever it gets inside, here comes the double team, and Parish ignores it. That's a pretty tough double to shoot over, but watch Maxwell. Very aggressive rebounder. Always has been a Superman in close to the basket for several years for Boston.
Byron Scott, who is the unquestionable hero of game number 6 for the Lakers. He lit the fire for LA and kept it going, has come into the ball game. The personal was on Michael Cooper, and now the Celtics lead by 4. They scored the first 4 points of the ball game, and they're up 20-16. 3.5 minutes to play, and the Lakers come right back.
I'm sure Pat Riley was happy to see Jamal hit that one.
Wilkes with his first points of the game. Parish short. And Byron Scott with it. Lakers looking to tie it up. Magic Johnson blows past Maxwell and goes in, but misses the layup. Magic Johnson loses the ball to Byron Scott, and it's a 3-on-1 break. Magic Johnson in the middle. Kareem is fouled. On Danny Ainge, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar will go to the line and shoot 2 with a chance to tie it up when we return to Boston Garden in just a moment.
People tend to confuse me with the roles I play, which is ridiculous because I'm not a neat freak. For example, I just got a Beta Zoom copier from Minolta, but not because I can add toner without getting that disgusting black powder all over my hands. No, I got a Minolta Beta Zoom because it takes this mess of different size originals and gives back copies in one neat size automatically. But that doesn't make me a neat freak. Of course, I'm not a slob either, like
The Beta Zoom copiers, only from the mind of Minolta.
You're looking at two very special pickups. The one on the left, the most powerful six-cylinder engine in any pickup. On the right, the highest gas mileage of all the full-size pickups. Both come together in one tough truck. Ford's 4.9-liter 6. You get the gas economy you want with the most power you can get in a 6. All in one full-size pickup. Ford's 4.9-liter 6. The best-built American trucks are built Ford Tough.
Nearly 4 hours. That's how long it took us to paint this room with a roller. Then we painted it in less than 1 hour with the new Wagner Power Roller. A living room that took nearly 7 hours. The Wagner Power Roller finished in less than 3. The Power Roller pumps paint straight from the can to the roller or to any of several optional accessories. Why waste your time painting a pan when you could be painting your walls instead? The Wagner Power Roller, the right tool for painting.
On a CBS chalkboard, we're going to see Larry Bird right here, going to be double-teamed, and the Celtics, once he dribbles over there and gets double-teamed, try and shake him loose. You'll see Danny Ainge pop out right here and now draw his man, and Larry Bird will take off to the basket and get the pass. That's how they're going to try and defeat the double-team and make the LA defense rotate.
Meanwhile, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, fouled by Danny Ainge, is on the line. Kevin McHale has come into the ball game for the Celtics with just under 3 minutes remaining. Here's McHale, who is part of the big controversial play, one of several in the series when he took down Rambis. When Rambis was going to the hoop in game number 4, Quinn Buckner is coming in the backcourt for the Celtics as well. He's a backup point guard, strong defensively. So right now the Celtics will have Quinn Buckner and Danny Ainge in the backcourt. McHale, Bird, and Parish up front. Kareem hits the free throws. He has 9 points to lead every score. And we have our third tie of the ball game at 20. They'll give Buckner the outside shot. He's inconsistent with it. Kareem overcoming Parish, and Parish lost it going up. Wilkes scraps and holds on. Here come the Lakers and Magic Johnson. Throws it into the hands of Ainge. LA is back on defense, but Ainge is going all the way in.
Good quick hands. Buckner and Ainge are the two best press men that they have, and I think Casey Jones has set him to the task. Get back there and double.
Magic Johnson with a screen from Kareem. Hits outside for the first time after missing his first 2. And Johnson, who's averaging over 18 in the series, has only 2 right now. But he contributes in so many ways. Danny Ainge comes back with a long-range bomb. His second field goal. And with under 2 minutes to go, the Celtics quickly regain their lead.
He's the emotional type, Dick. When he gets hot, you don't turn him off till halftime.
Kareem. And a foul inside on Boston. Kevin McHale doesn't agree with it. It's number 1. You remember that after that rough play against Kurt Rambis, he got into early foul trouble against the Lakers in game number 5.
He only played 21 minutes, and that's not a lot of minutes for Kevin McHale. He normally plays much more than that without even coming close to getting in foul trouble. I think he was a marked man in that game.
And you can see just by the actions of Earl Strom and Darryl Garrettson that they want to stay in charge and have been in charge so far in the 7th.
Well, I'm surprised nothing has erupted with Worthy after the foul on Maxwell the other day.
There is Magic Johnson on the right and Bob McAdoo on the left. He came up lame Sunday in game 6. He's in uniform, questionable, but likely not to play as Abdul-Jabbar makes 1 out of 2. Celtics by 1. They have the ball. McHale. The basket is good. As Bird and McHale exchange high five at midcourt. Kevin McHale, when he goes up, he's impossible to block.
Well, the double teams in the prior games were developing so quickly, and the players are so big, he couldn't get that fall-away jumper over. But because the smaller players are in here now, he's guarded by Worthy, and here's Scott, a smaller player. He can jump over the top with the fall-away, and that's his shot.
Kevin McHale misses his bid for a three-point play. The foul was on Scott, and now the Lakers have 5 team fouls, both teams in the penalty, with 1:27 remaining in the first period. Cooper smothered by Quinn Buckner. They give Cooper the shot. He wanted the ball back from Byron Scott, didn't get it. Scott takes the shot and hits. He is cool and poised for a rookie, as he was the first guard drafted in the last year's draft.
Rookies come into championship games in 2 ways. They either think that they're too scared, or they think they can do everything.
Bird going in. Great body control and touch inside by Larry Bird, who has 6 points. And I think your comment about Byron Scott is that he thinks he can do everything and has done most things. Right?
You got it. And he's hit and gone and done the job.
Gets it into Kareem. Inside move by Abdul-Jabbar. 12 points in the first period for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He leads the Lakers. Cedric Maxwell has 8 points to lead Boston. Celtics by 1. Foul before the shot.
Here's Larry Bird, puts it on the floor, and a nice pick set there by McHale to free him. He eludes Kareem, the balance of Larry Bird. You know, the part that amazes me about him is his stamina. He runs, he bangs on the boards, he never quits. That's quite an accomplishment for a forward.
Swen Nader comes in to give Kareem Abdul-Jabbar a breather. Cedric Maxwell is going to come in, and Robert Parish goes out. So the 2 7-foot centers will take a rest right now. The foul was on Jamal Wilkes, and Larry Bird will go to the line to shoot 2. Larry Bird was the best free throw shooter in the league this year. He challenged his own team when he called them sissies before Game 4, and then he took on the lead.
I think he was really trying to get his own team up, and by challenging the commissioner, I think he was trying to get the refs on his side. But so was Pat Riley with all that thug stuff about the Celtics.
You heard Commissioner Stern hearsay that someone heard David Stern say that the league wanted a 7-game series, and of course Larry Bird went to town with it. And like you say, there's a purpose to it. 6 seconds on the shot clock. A 3-point attempt by Michael Cooper is good from the corner. Cooper has 8 points. We're tied at 30, and the Celtics may be playing for the last shot. 7 seconds to go in the period. McHale against Nader. Good move by McHale, slapped away by Scott. 1 second to go, and the shot is no good. Good defense by Byron Scott. And so we have completed 1 period here at Boston Garden, and we are just where we are when we started. The Lakers 30 and the Celtics 30. And we'll return to the Boston Garden after this word from your local station.
This is CBS.
After the volunteer fireman's drill, we handed out the beer, but we didn't tell them what kind it was.
Okay, it's very smooth, very mellow, and very tasteful. Very good.
It's a full-bodied taste, and that's what I like.
Tell us the name of it so we can go out and buy it.
It's Schaefer, today's Schaefer beer.
It's hard to believe that it's Schaefer.
It's better.
It's better.
It tastes better.
Very good now. I like it. Yeah, very good.
Today's Schaefer is better than ever. Try it. And Schaefer Light. They'll make a Schaefer drinker out of you.
Schaefer's good beer. Excellent beer.
The final basket. Match point. The last lap. Right now, your body's thirsty for more than water. It needs Thirst Aid. Gatorade.
Gatorade is Thirst Aid for that deep down body thirst.
When you exercise, you lose more than water. You lose potassium, minerals, fluids. Gatorade puts it all back fast. It's no ordinary thirst quencher. It's Thirst Aid.
Gatorade is Thirst Aid for that deep down body thirst.
I think the NBA basketball players are the greatest athletes in the world.
It's the most exciting sport in America today.
Come down to Curran to Richardson playing guard all the way under to Bobby Jones. Score!
I like the thrills of minute.
Oh, I love it. It's exciting.
Alley-oop. Whoa!
These are the greatest athletes in the world. These are definitely the best.
Here comes Isaiah. It's just a 2-on-2. Isaiah all the way.
NBA action. Woo! It's fantastic.
The preceding message was furnished by the National Basketball Association.
We're keeping track of the temperature here in Boston Garden, and it says 91 degrees. That's inside. Outside is pretty delightful, Tom. What about the air conditioning?
Well, I'll tell you, Boston Garden spared no expense to air condition this game for tonight. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. What really happened is the iceberg melted in the harbor.
Oh, well, I know they have more fans working. I know one thing, though. It hasn't affected the shooting of the two teams. It's been pretty good. The Lakers at 61%, Boston at 50%. And keep in mind that the Lakers have outshot the Celtics in all but one game in the series. That was Game 5. Start of the second period. Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn. The Lakers have Nader at center for Kareem, and the Whippets, Cooper, Scott, Worthy, and Wilkes. And there was James Worthy with an exhibition of his quickness inside. And he is unique in that.
Once he gets the ball going strong to the basket, you can't stop him.
Lakers lead. Cooper is on Ainge. Jamal Wilkes is on Bird, who goes in and draws the foul. Interestingly enough, Cooper is not guarding Larry Bird right now. Jamal Wilkes is.
Well, they feel that Wilkes is as good a defender against Larry Bird as Cooper. And it's an easier transition for the Lakers to get up on the break that way if they have Wilkes guarding Bird.
There is Michael Cooper, who led the Lakers in three-point shots this year. Foul was on Jamal Wilkes' second. Larry Bird hits the first free throw. Bird, leading scorer for the Celtics at over 28 points a game. From French Lick, Indiana. Went to Indiana State at Terre Haute. Ties the score. A minute and a half gone by, or 30 seconds we should say gone by in the second period. Inside to Nader. He's got that hook shot, not in position for it. And a 3-second violation is called against the Lakers, who were in the lane too long.
He got triple teamed and he got confused, didn't know what to do with the ball.
Nader's done a good job, though, for the Lakers off the bench with timely rebounding and once in a while that hook shot. Ainge setting something up with Larry Bird, who gets it low. Puts a move on Byron Scott. What a move by Larry Bird. Working it well with Ainge outside. Bird now has 12 points. He is the high scorer for Boston. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who's on the bench, has 12 for L.A. Wilkes. Bird the rebound. Gets the break out to Maxwell. He has Buckner with him. Win Buckner. The Celtics lead by 4. That's been the biggest lead for either team in this game. Byron Scott misses from outside, going for the three-pointer, and a foul is called on the Lakers. It's on Swen Nader.
I'm sure that Pat Riley didn't like that quick way outside shot by Byron Scott before any of the Laker rebounders could get on the scene.
Magic Johnson has come back in the ball game for L.A. Isaiah Thomas, his close friend, is in the audience watching the game. Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson, and Mark McGuire of Dallas are very, very close childhood friends.
And he was in the picture too, Mark McGuire.
Ainge from Bird. Larry Bird and Danny Ainge have combined for 2 baskets here. The Celtics have run off 8 in a row, and Pat Riley wants a timeout. A 20-second call by Pat Riley. The Celtics are making the passes work inside. They're passing the ball crisply and getting off some layups.
Their real playmaker is Larry Bird. And in other series, they have invited him to be double-teamed because they know he can find the open man. He is perhaps the most dangerous passer for a big man that's ever played the game. He, as U.B. Brown says, picks out the most dangerous man going to the basket. So that's quite a tribute. And you just saw it in that last play.
And, of course, he has been a rebounding terror. He is also the Celtics' best outside shooter.
And he's become an orator, too.
Yes, he has.
You know, he never used to talk to the press. Been making a lot of statements in this series.
Well, there have been a lot of statements on both sides, but as we said, very few people have experienced a Laker-Celtic championship that goes the limit. 2 minutes gone by in the second period. Michael Cooper with Rambis setting a screen, hits again from outside. So Cooper, who had 23 points in game number 6, has hit some big perimeter shots and is doing it again tonight. Ainge. So is Ainge, who has 8 points. Celtics again by 6. Kareem, good position again. Doesn't go. And a foul is called, a loose ball foul. Called against the Lakers, Kurt Rambis. That'll be his 3rd personal foul. And with 9:34 remaining in the second period, the Celtics have moved out to the 6-point lead.
You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my light beer from Miller. Down it! I love them. These fans know I drink light because it's less filling and it tastes great. Good seats, huh?
You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on.
Oh, I must be in the front row.
Come on.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Good seats, hey, buddy? He missed the tag! He missed the tag!
Buy my computer.
Nay, buy my computer.
No, buy my computer.
There's one way to cut through today's computer clutter. Compare other business computers with Radio Shack's Tandy TRS-80 Model 2000. Judge the ease of operation, speed, graphics, software, and price. Compare. I believe your informed buying decision will be the Tandy 2000 personal computer. See it today at your nearby Radio Shack Computer Center. We invite comparison.
Our same honeymoon suite.
Married 1 full year.
Happy anniversary!
The fruit of the loom, guys.
1 full year for us, too.
You bought these for me.
How we doing?
Terrific.
Our super seams keep us strong. Our super band waistbands keep snapping back.
Wash after wash.
You fellas really last.
To your long-lasting happiness. How about a bit of the grape?
Men's white cotton briefs, only $2 each. Also available in fashion colors.
Think of us first.
To last.
Oh.
Bird is the most dangerous passer against the double team. Here we see 1 player, 2 player to double team, and Ainge ready to cut, and Bird already has got him spotted, the pass to come. And before the rest of the defense even knows what's happening, Ainge is through it and in for 2. That's why the Celtics want the ball in Larry Bird's hands.
And the Lakers have made a move. Mitch Kupchak has come into the ball game. Mitch Kupchak, who is making a comeback from 2 severe knee operations, and he'll be guarding Kevin McHale, a move that Pat Riley thought about using early in the series. But the Lakers get the ball back on a turnover, and Magic Johnson gets out of the crowd. Cooper left to the key, misses the shot, the rebound Ainge. Here's Ainge leading the break. The Celtics pushing it up, pulls up. Kupchak clears. Quick outlet to Magic Johnson. Mitch Kupchak, who's one of 3 players who's played in his 7th game, has come into the ball game now on a Boston foul.
That's normally the spot that Bob McAdoo comes in, right around, or probably even earlier than this. But with Rambis picking up his 3rd foul, in comes Kupchak, and that might be a blessing in disguise for the Lakers. I've always felt that the Lakers perhaps needed some more wide bodies, and Kupchak is certainly that.
Larry Bird goes out. He has scored 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. And the 3 assists were something to behold. Byron Scott from the corner hits. So Quinn Buckner goes out of the ball game, was replaced by Dennis Johnson. Lakers have a bigger team in there with Kupchak and Kareem. Johnson. Parish on the follow-up. Celtics have damaged the Lakers with offensive rebounding throughout the series.
One thing Pat Riley didn't want Kareem to do was go for the blocks tonight. He wanted him to stay with Robert Parish.
Here's Dennis Johnson out of a pack. Maxwell, McHale. The Celtics are up by 8 points. And that time, Kevin McHale simply beat the Lakers down the court, including Kupchak.
When the Celtics run, they may not look graceful. They're hard runners, but they get up the court.
4 minutes gone by, second period. Here's the sky hook. The famed sky hook. Jack Nicholson does not have as good a seat here in Boston as he does in L.A., Tom. That we know.
He's way up there in the skyboxes, I guess, or just below the skyboxes.
Maxwell against Magic Johnson. Moving inside. The basket is good and a foul. Somehow he always goes unnoticed, but in the big games he is very much there, and Cedric Maxwell, looking for his 11th point of the ball game, has it as Byron Scott commits his second personal foul. Maxwell does a good job at drawing fouls, and he's perfect from the line so far tonight.
He's got those herky-jerky moves that make you fight for his face.
Now Magic Johnson hits from outside. The Lakers are accurate marksmen from outside. 7:25 to go, first half. McHale and Dennis Johnson. And traveling called against Dennis Johnson.
Kupchak may be just the guy to guard Kevin McHale.
Plays him rough, plays him tough.
Yeah, muscles him a little bit.
It's still L.A. ball. 17 seconds remaining on the 24-second shot clock.
But with Kupchak in the lineup, they're not going to have that speed that they like for that four-man attack on a fast break.
Magic Johnson over Dennis. And Kevin McHale, whose best game was game number 1 and hasn't been the big factor he has been throughout the year. Looks like he has come to make a statement here. He only has 4 points, but he's been tough off the board. Dennis Johnson over Scott. Loose ball foul against Kupchak.
That was one terrific block out by, I believe, Cedric Maxwell to keep Kupchak on his back. Here's Dennis Johnson trying to make his move, draws all the Lakers. And there's Maxwell keeping Kupchak away. He draws the foul.
6:47 remaining in the second period.
Giving that extra effort makes winners. The All-You-Can-Be, sponsored by the U.S. Army. When Milwaukee's Marcus Johnson came into the NBA, many people predicted he would be the next Julius Erving. And while Johnson does have acrobatic moves that delight the fans, he's had to work on his rebounding and defense, sacrificing some of the spectacular for a solid all-around game. Marcus Johnson keeps striving to be the best he can be.
In today's Army, when artillery goes to the field, so does high technology.
Be all that you can be. Keep on reaching. Keep on growing.
Computers, laser-guided missiles, and teamwork honed to a split-second response. Only the Army gives you this kind of training with just a 2-year enlistment.
You can do it in the Army.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Charles Dickens' classic saga of romance and selfless heroism, A Tale of Two Cities, Wednesday.
Well, the Boston Celtics have retired many numbers, including that number 6 you see in the lower right-hand corner, and that naturally belongs to Bill Russell, who was the player-coach the last time these teams played for an NBA World Championship, and it was the 7th game in 1969, and the Celtics won. Bill Russell always seemed to make the right plays, but somehow in the Celtic tradition, they always had help.
Well, what happened is Russell against the Warriors hit the guide wire that used to support the basket, lost possession, giving Philadelphia the ball with 3 seconds, and he came into the huddle. They called timeout, and Russell said, "Will somebody please help me?" That's the first time I ever heard Russell plead for help, and Havlicek accommodated him. That's the great Havlicek stole the ball story. That's how it happened.
So that's the name of the game, and keep in mind that the Celtics, when they were trailing 2-1 in games, banded together, talked about what Celtic pride was all about. The Lakers have it too, obviously. You saw the rebounding story. Celtics leading 15-9. Casey Jones, who played with Bill Russell in college at USF, won 2 national titles.
You know, he once played, Casey Jones, with a ruptured appendix at USF. Quite a tough guy.
Casey came to Boston along with Bill Russell. Part of the history here. Meanwhile, it's 49-40. The Celtics lead. 6:35 to go in the half. Kareem loses the ball to Dennis Johnson. Celtics just squeezed him. ML Carr back in the game, wearing the goggles. So Carr and Dennis Johnson in the backcourt. Carr goes up looking for a foul. Nothing doing. And it's going to be LA ball. Larry Bird is back into the ball game for the Celtics.
And they're putting Bird in the backcourt to take ML Carr's place. So the Celtics will play with their biggest possible team and also the slowest.
Now what about the Lakers? They still have Kupchak in there. They don't have a fast team.
So it may be their slowest team against the Lakers' slowest team.
James Worthy also back. Nearly halfway through the second period. Kareem is fouled this time. Dennis Johnson and Robert Parish have been all over him. And the foul is on Parish. That is his first personal foul. And for the Celtics, it is their second team foul. The Lakers already are over the limit with 6 minutes to go in the period.
Magic Johnson loves to have those quick forwards in there so he can throw those long court passes. With Kupchak in there, it's going to reduce that possibility.
Cooper, Kareem. Worthy, and James Worthy was there for the follow-up. 7-point lead for the Celtics, 5:45 to go in the first half. We were tied at the first period mark, 30-30. Alley-oop, Parish, and Cooper had smelled it. Comes down with the ball. 4-on-3 for LA. Worthy is clobbered by Bird and Dennis Johnson.
Well, you can just tell that James Worthy is not getting a layup tonight if the Celtics can help it after the push he gave Maxwell in Game 6.
Dennis Johnson, his second personal, third team foul against Boston. And Worthy threw up an air ball. Well, you've seen that before. You've seen the air ball before.
I'll tell you, I think the fact that the Celtics treated him that way just has unnerved them.
6-point lead. Bird against Cooper. Doubled by Magic. Dennis Johnson. Doubled again. The Lakers' half-court defense has been superb. McHale is short, but Parish is there. Well, their half-court defense is superb, but they're not boxing out inside.
Well, the Celtics were very patient, moved the ball several passes, and then got that offensive rebound.
Kareem finding Kupchak inside, and Mitch Kupchak scores his first points of the ball game. His Bullets were champions back in 1978. Parish and Worthy, and the break. Kareem running down court. Magic Johnson going in, feeding Kupchak. Offensive foul called against Los Angeles.
No, it's going the other way, Dick.
You're right.
Here's Magic. He could have been called for traveling at one instance. Here comes Kupchak, and they say that McHale got him. So that'll put him at the line.
McHale's second personal foul, and here is Mitch Kupchak. It has been an agonizing rehabilitation for Kupchak, who is going for his third NBA title, but in reality has played in only one. That was in the 78 series against Seattle. But the lead cut to 5. 4.5 minutes to play, first half. NBA World Championship at stake. Bird. Parish. And McHale. Good hustle, knocks it out to Dennis Johnson. Cooper winds up in the stands, knocking some fans down. Robert Parish misses the jumper. Here's Cooper, who comes out of the stands to feed Worthy, who's fouled. And Worthy ends up almost in the first row himself. So Cooper was knocked into the stands and came out to make a feed to Worthy.
Here we go. Here's a good hustle play by Michael Cooper. And you see the banging going on in this thing, but when Worthy went for the layup, there is no way that when Worthy starts flying high today, he's going to land in an easy, nice position if the Celtics can help it. They're going to bang him.
And the reason why is that Worthy had pushed Cedric Maxwell in the last game. Gerald Henderson, who has 3 personal fouls, is back, replacing Robert Parish is out of the ball game. Byron Scott's coming back in. Dennis Johnson has 3 fouls. So right now the Celtics have 2 guards. Dennis Johnson and Gerald Henderson, who are in the game with 3 personal fouls. We have a timeout, 4:05 remaining in the first half.
I like things that last. This old car runs like a watch. My house is over 96 years old. Been married to Enid 23 years. Here's the first new thing I've bought in 8 years. 9. It's a Honda lawnmower. Overhead valve design, real durable. I bought it because it'll last. Like my dog, 12 years old. Known Fred forever. This shirt belonged to my dad.
The Honda lawnmower. It could be the last lawnmower you ever buy.
Jake Ferris is about to bet everything, and we mean everything, that she can turn the next guy she meets into a singing sensation.
All right. The next normal person that comes by, I'll take him. The next one. Okay.
How you doing? Nice night. You look. Good luck, Jake. Sylvester Stallone, Dolly Parton, Rhinestone, rated PG. Starts Friday, June 22nd at a selected theater near you.
Gene Shalit, is that a Ford Tempo you're driving?
You bet it is.
Why Tempo?
Well, I screened it.
And your review?
Tempo, a moving vehicle produced by Ford. I was carried away by its easy handling.
Easy handling?
And front-wheel drive for good traction, whatever the weather.
Very good.
And those lines, so dramatically modern, so smartly cast.
You know that Tempo's now outselling all the imports in America?
Of course, Tempo has star quality.
Okay, Gene, you can take your mustache off now. Have you driven the best-built American cars? Have you driven a Ford lately?
Boston Celtics with a 5-point lead. It was up to 9, and the Lakers have come back. But right now, we want to remind you that's coming up at the half. Brent Musburger will be along tonight. A look at some of the most memorable Lakers-Celtics games ever. Brent's live guest will be former Celtics great John Havlicek. Pat O'Brien shows us famous moments from past 7th-game struggles between Boston and Los Angeles, and Kevin Lockery looks ahead at what to expect in the second half. All that and more coming up at the half. Dennis Johnson and Gerald Henderson, 2 guards with 3 fouls in the game. And the free throw shooting. Boston has missed just 1. Cedric Maxwell is perfect 7 for 7 from the line. Worthy.
Boston's got their speedy unit in, and so does L.A.
Scott. Byron Scott. Came over from San Diego in the trade for Norm Nixon, is on Henderson. Cooper is on Dennis Johnson. Worthy moves on Bird. 9 on the shot clock. Maxwell goes up. Travels. L.A. Johnson, no foul call as Maxwell hits the floor. Here's Byron Scott at the baseline. Over McHale. McHale, an imposing figure at 6'10", and Scott missed it.
He leaps just a little higher than you think he does.
But the Lakers have chipped away at the Boston lead, which was 9, now down to 4.
And they did it with that speed, even though Mitch Kupchak was in there. They got a lot of fast break hoops.
Bird slapped away. He had the inside move. He went between the defenders, but the Lakers slapped the ball away. 6 seconds remain on the 24-second clock. Cooper not giving Johnson anything. Going in against Jabbar. Loose ball. Dennis Johnson looks like he's been hit and shaken up. He gets up. Dennis Johnson. Looks like the left arm he's favoring. Winding down to 3 minutes remaining in the first half. 51-47. Lakers trying to come within 2.
And then we got Bird guarding Jabbar.
Quick passing by L.A. Good fake by Byron Scott. 3 seconds on the clock. And the Lakers just wasted the time away. Here comes Boston. Maxwell.
Should have been a goaltending. If they don't call it, the man grabbed the rim. A man grabbed the rim. That's an automatic goaltend.
James Worthy commits the foul, his second.
Here comes Henderson. And Maxwell eludes him, goes up and under. Now watch Worthy grab the rim. He can't grab the rim when you're shooting in the process of shooting the ball.
Each team in the penalty, and Maxwell 7 for 7 from the line to shoot 2. Danny Ainge checks back in the ball game. Dennis Johnson will go out, and right now the Lakers are going to call a timeout. 2 minutes 45 seconds remain in the first half. This is the 7th and deciding game of the NBA World Championship between the Lakers and the Celtics. And the Celtics, who have never lost a 7th game final, lead the Lakers, who have never won a 7th game championship game.
I'll tell you, when you're playing, as we're looking at, who is that now?
Dionne
Warwick. I couldn't see her with a Laker shirt and right behind the bench. We've seen her at many a Laker game. You know, they all came east here. Jack Nicholson, Dionne Warwick, they have some loyal fans too. I don't think many of the Boston fans could afford to fly out to L.A.
Well, the Boston fans aren't so much the stars and the glittering celebrities, but they're the hardcore fans who have been here for the 14 NBA championships. And they're here, and they don't seem to mind whatever the climate inside at Boston Garden. The rebounding story right now. Keep in mind that the Celtics have out-rebounded the Lakers in 4 out of 6 games, and they're doing it again right now.
That is Boston's game, 21-11. However, it's only produced a 5-point lead. That's a substantial margin to have on the boards, Boston, right now, but it hasn't really given them that big a lead. I think that the Lakers are managing to run their game as effectively as they had hoped without Bob McAdoo. They've been forced to play either some slower people or smaller people, so that's one of the reasons why the rebound edge has gone to Boston. They've played a lot smaller people than they would have liked.
So you don't think the Lakers really miss McAdoo that much to this point?
Well, I think they do, Dick, in one way, but they've compensated for it in another way, right? They miss his shooting, but they've adjusted with speed and some muscle.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson. Kareem with 14. Magic Johnson has scored only 4 points. When the Celtics made the defensive switch and moved Dennis Johnson on to Magic, and Magic scored 10 points, in many people's eyes, that was the key move made by the Celtics in the series.
Keep Magic. Maxwell, I drafted him, and he had the players he had me tell the other players that the reason I drafted him was because he was a great offensive player. He was tired of playing defense.
Gives you a little bit of both, mostly defense now. That's his first miss. Feeding Henderson his bird off the rim. That was similar to the Danny Ainge play before. And now a violation. Double dribble against Magic Johnson.
Magic was ready to pass it to the wing. Somebody had his head turned. He was just about to pick it up and let it fly. Call for double dribble.
Celtics by 5, and they have the ball with 2:22 remaining in the first half. Larry Bird, who has 12 points. Maxwell, who goes in and is fouled. Maxwell is fouled. Let's see, it may be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That is his second personal foul. Both teams are in the penalty, and Kareem's parents are here. Don't forget, he went to high school at Power Memorial in Manhattan before he journeyed west to UCLA.
Remember Maxwell before the New York series? He had one black sneaker on at the practice and one white one. One was in mourning when Philadelphia got knocked out, and the other one was for himself because he had to play Bernard King.
I don't blame him. Kareem. Magic Johnson. People used to say that Magic Johnson's weakness was outside shooting. I don't think they're saying that anymore.
Say on his jump shot now, you can't slip a dollar bill under his sneakers.
Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. McHale feeding Maxwell, who's fouled. Kevin McHale with a pass inside to Maxwell.
Well, that was a little retaliation that time by Worthy after he refused to get 2 layups, couldn't get 2 layups. Watch Worthy come in there and bang him from behind.
Third foul on James Worthy. So Worthy and Rambis, the starting forwards for the Lakers, each with 3 fouls. And Dennis Johnson and Gerald Henderson, the starting guards for the Celtics, have 3 fouls. And now Mitch Kupchak will be coming back in the ball game.
One of the most feared things in this ball game, as far as Pat Riley was concerned, was Rambis picking up his 3rd foul, and now Worthy in foul trouble.
And the crowd boos him as he goes to the bench. There's Rambis. Under 2 minutes, 1:51 remaining in the first half. 5-point lead for Boston. Maxwell with 17 points in the ball game. Cooper. Kareem almost lost it. Beats Kupchak. Kupchak fighting for the rebound. Here's Magic off the mark. Lakers had several chances, and here's Larry Bird chugging down the court. And Michael Cooper is fouled by Kevin McHale, I believe, at the other end. The Lakers coming back on the break after the made basket by Boston, something they do well.
McHale made that foul deliberately. Here's a great steal by Larry Bird. Off he goes. And watch the second best passer on the team, McHale, give it right back to Bird for the cram. Up the other end, you see Maxwell, after a great play like that, you don't want it to come back with an easy one. He hammers Michael Cooper.
So McHale with 3 fouls now. Kevin McHale with 3. He has scored 4 points in the ball game. And Robert Parish is going to go in for Kevin McHale. This has not been an easy series for Kevin McHale.
Kevin McHale said that he was playing so bad on the road he wanted to make it feel like home. He even brought his wife, and that didn't work.
Hope he didn't tell her that it didn't work. Here's Cooper. Michael Cooper misses the free throw, 57-50. These players are superstitious, aren't they? Danny Ainge. Cooper the rebound. Chance to come within 5 for the Lakers with 1 minute to go in the first half.
I'll tell you, Boston's been playing that game, and L.A., without Bob McAdoo and some unusual people playing, are hanging right in there.
Mitch Kupchak with the outside shoot. 5-point lead. We were tied at 30-30 at the period. Henderson. Now Danny Ainge. Ainge fall away. Parish is there. Puts it in. No, a foul. Parish and Bird crashing the offensive boards, but a Laker foul inside. Will send Boston to the line.
Some strong working on the boards. Larry Bird was open. Here's Ainge's shot, but because he was open, Bird was in there. Strong move by Parish to pull it down. Kupchak with the wide body trying to angle Parish out, picks up the foul.
Kupchak, the personal. Parish. Mitch Kupchak, who's playing more with Bob McAdoo on the bench for the Lakers. Strained Achilles tendon. He was part of the championship effort 2 years ago for the Lakers.
He's got no great feelings for the Boston Celtics, Bob McAdoo, because he came out of this organization as a scapegoat, and he sure would like to have been part of a winning team tonight here at Boston Garden.
Well, he still might be part of a winning team. 12 on the shot clock, 58-52. Scott, 3-point shot off the mark with 7 seconds to go. Larry Bird loops it to Parish, and it is still Boston ball. But you don't want the rookie to take a shot with that much time left, so if he misses, especially from long range, he gives the Celtics a good chance to come back.
When you got the guts of a burglar like Scott, you put him in there, you suffer with him when he takes those shots.
Well, not with 7 seconds to go in the period.
No, you're right, but when you're bound to suffer, because when he takes the shot, he thinks he's got it, he's going to take it.
Well, they didn't suffer with him in Game 6.
No.
Henderson tries to get it in. The buzzer sounds. No basket if it had gone, and that is the end of the first half. Maxwell with 17 leads Boston. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 14 is the high scorer for the Lakers. It is the Celtics 58, the Lakers 52. Back with Brent Musburger at the half when we come back to Boston Garden in just a moment.
Firestone announces a different kind of car care. Master Care. One big difference is our computerized diagnostic center, the mastermind of Firestone.
It analyzes 200 engine functions, tells us what to fix, tells you what was fixed, virtually eliminating guesswork and unnecessary repairs. The mastermind of Firestone. It's better engine care than humanly possible. Only from Firestone.
I'm wanted. What for, Sheriff? I'm just a 49er, looking for a little gold.
You'll see. Shave off that beard. Not with good news. Not with Bic. The Schick disposable beats them both. Schick beats good news for sharpness.
Schick is sharper?
Yep, and Schick beats Bic for overall performance.
And only Schick has a sliding safety cap.
Great shave. Now, why am I wanted?
To take me to the dance tonight, Joe Montana. Try the Schick disposable.
It beats them both.
A message to certain people from Burger King. You know who you are. When you're home, in your backyard, and can do anything you want, you cook over an open flame. Like at Burger King, the fire licking up for that juicy, sizzling taste. So next time you're considering a fried burger at McDonald's or Wendy's, think, who has the taste more like you make, right in your own backyard?
We're into oil business. My son finds it and I sell it. Got a new pickup to help him do his job. Got an Epson personal computer to help me do mine. Now, I looked at the IBM PC, but my Epson runs more programs. And only Epson has this keyboard. See here? Keys in English, not computer ease. With one button, I can chart our production capacity.
Or calculate our depletion allowance.
I believe whatever it is you're looking for is out there in the ground, son.
At the half here in the Boston Garden, the Celtics lead the Los Angeles Lakers by 6, 58-52. And Kevin Lockery's been watching the game with me, and we both agree on one thing. The Celtics have demonstrated more will in going for the basketball.
Definitely, Brent. The aggressiveness of the Celtics has been a difference in the game so far, particularly on the boards. Someone's got to give Kareem a little bit of help on the boards.
All right, a little bit later now, Kevin is going to take us through some plays. But you know, Kevin, so many interesting things happen in Game 7. Let's go down to Pat O'Brien.
Thank you, Brent. You know, there's not much more we can say about this series except that it promises to go down perhaps as one of the most memorable. And that's saying a lot because the Los Angeles-Boston confrontations have given fans a lot of springtime great moments.
Please come to Boston for the springtime.
Springtime in Boston brings out the beauty of this old city where the young and old go outside to take it all in. But not everybody is ready to celebrate the season just yet. No, the ticket holders at the Boston Garden won't blossom until yet another banner is hung.
And the buzzer goes off. It's all over. The Boston Celtics are once again the world champions.
This series against LA has been a special one on a few counts. A chance to perhaps win another title and a chance to relive memorable 7-game triumphs from the past.
In '62, it was just like this one. Just like this one. Very emotional, very close. Right down to the wire.
The names of the 1962 series sound like the guest book at the Hall of Fame. The last names are all you need. Russell, Baylor, West, Cousy, making the competition fierce and down to the wire. This year was a deja vu with Henderson stealing the ball, reminiscent of the time Jerry West did the same thing.
The time that I stole the inbound pass and made the winning basket, it was frankly kind of scary to kind of be in a mob scene like that. It was frightening for me personally, trying to get off the floor.
The '62 series also saw Baylor's scoring record against Boston and mostly against Sat Sanders.
I've taken a lot of heat about those points for a lot of years. And I have to tell everyone that I'm not responsible for those 62 points. He only scored 35 on me, and I fouled out.
But in a 7th-game overtime, the Celtics held on to win the title, and the stage was set for future contests.
Years ago, it was established that these are the two teams that they like each other off the floor, but on that 94-by-60 hunk of wood, they're a little angry with each other.
It hasn't exactly been a tea party. It's been a war, and watching it hasn't been easy either. It was the same back then.
It's 89-81 the score. Have you got an ulcer? Did you have one when the game started?
The guy who probably should have had an ulcer was Red Auerbach, who in 1966 watched his team almost squander away a 10-point lead in the final seconds of Game 7. But they didn't succumb to the pressure. No ulcer, only his last victory cigar as coach. And there's something about a Game 7 cigar.
by the 7th game, you know, you're gonna need a grease can to go and oil some of the guys up because they're gonna have trouble getting out there. Give it the Frankenstein move.
1969, Lakers Celtics, yet another Game 7 with Chamberlain and West playing hurt. The heroics were left this time to an unlikely hero, Don Nelson. So in Game 7s, the Lakers are 0 for 3 against Boston, and it still hurts.
There's been a couple of occasions that I think that the Lakers should have won. My 1 year here at the Forum, we lost the 7th game. I really felt that we had the best team that year. I felt we were better than that team, and to the day I die, I think that.
Until the day he dies, and they say it's only a game. Let's go back up to Brent.
All right, Pat, thank you. And right next to me is one of the greatest names in Boston Celtic history, John Hondo Havlicek, and what an ovation he got up here. John, the last Game 7 for the Celtics was back in 1974. You were out there against Milwaukee. Do you remember Game 7 there?
I remember Game 7 very well because prior to that game, Kareem hit a skyhook here in Boston, which put it to Game 7. But all throughout that series, I think that the Celtics had one little upsmanship, more or less, to add something new to a play that enabled us to keep them off balance. And I think it's Tommy Heinsohn's finest coaching year.
John, how did you stay calm when you came into 7 games? You played twice against the Lakers, once against Milwaukee.
The easiest part of the game is right now because the course of the day is one where you're waiting and waiting and waiting, and you probably expend more energy at that point than at any other time. But once the game starts, they're down to business, they're in the normal flow of things, and it's another game with a lot more importance.
How about the game here tonight? What do you see in the first half, John?
Well, I look at the first half and I see that Kareem, throughout the whole series, has been able to establish unbelievable position every time down the floor. If he gets the ball that deep, he's definitely going to score or get a good attempt. On the other hand, the first half, the Celtics have been making a few shots, which the Lakers are not able to run off of. I noticed that the Celtics also went to basically a 1-4 offense with Larry Bird in the guard position. When they do that, they're big up front and they have a big team, but if they miss, there's only one man back and they were able to score a couple of times.
You Celtics always made it tough for somebody to try to shoot a layup too, John. I know.
You know, at this time of the season, every layup has to be earned, and even then more.
Pay the price, they say. Thank you, John.
My pleasure.
We continue. Kevin Lockery will come back. We'll take you inside a few plays from the first half. We'll do that right after these messages from your local station.
Next Sunday, join a Father's Day celebration with sports fathers, sons, and daughters, followed by an inside-out look at the world of sports next Sunday on CBS Sports. This is CBS.
It's here. The quick response and smooth performance of new Exxon Extra, our highest octane unleaded gasoline ever. Its extra boost of octane quiets the knocks, silences the pings for extra smooth performance. New Exxon Extra, quality you can count on.
Taxi! Over 19 million times a year, people take off with us to cities all across America.
Charlie wants to come too.
Maybe it's because we can take them to more places than American, TWA, United, and Delta combined.
What?
Or maybe they just like taking off without leaving the ground.
All aboard, all aboard, all aboard Amtrak.
Take Amtrak now and take advantage of our special summer fares.
You can feel it the moment you walk through the doors.
I promised you a good night, but it's gonna be a great night. Take it easy. Keep it up, man.
You can even taste it.
It's gonna be a great night.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Night after night, you can bet on it.
It's gonna be a great night.
Channel 2 News Newswatch with Rollin Smith.
Good evening. A $930 million 11-year flood control plan for New Jersey was unveiled tonight. At a public meeting in Wayne, the state called for a 14-mile, 40-foot-wide tunnel to divert water from the flood-prone areas of the Passaic River. And the New York State Public Service Commission today approved a hike in the cost of a payphone, a call, now to 25 cents.
When you think about it, if you don't deserve the best,
Who does?
Come to think of it, I'll have a Heineken.
Newswatch sponsored by Heineken. Next news after the game.
Wheel of Fortune, weeknights at 7:30.
John Havlicek said that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is setting up wherever he wants to in this series. Kevin, what have you seen about that?
That's true, Brent. He's getting the ball so down and deep, but sometimes that can be deceiving because it seems all the Lakers do every time they come down the floor is give the ball down and deep to Kareem. Here he is against Parish, a little spin move to the baseline, easy layup, but that's been the whole offense, particularly in the half-court game.
And, of course, the critical difference, as we both said, the Celtics have been out-rebounding the Lakers.
They've been out-rebounded by 10 rebounds, and that's been the difference in the game so far. The aggressiveness of the Celtics, and it's led to many easy baskets on the offensive boards. Dennis Johnson on the drive, rebound, easy rebound by Parish. No one's giving help to Kareem on the boards. They're leaving him there by himself.
You know, we have a problem in the NBA, and that's that intentional foul. And, Kevin, I don't know how you feel, but I think they'll change the rule here.
I think so, too, Brian. We as coaches tell our players to foul, don't give them the basket because you don't lose anything. Make them make the 2 foul shots. You really can't blame the players. I think we have to change the rule, make it a technical foul, 2 foul shots, and also give the team the ball back. Here's Dennis Johnson wiping out Worthy. Give them the 2 foul shots, give the ball back to the Lakers, and we'll stop teaching it that way.
Yeah, exactly. That would be such a critical penalty. They couldn't afford to go in and take the intentional foul.
Exactly right.
Kevin, let's talk about Magic Johnson. Seems to me in watching him that Dennis Johnson is smothering him, but beyond that, Magic's got to shoot more, doesn't he?
Exactly right. He's not sharp at all. Since Dennis Johnson's played him, it's been the difference for Boston in the fourth game, starting at the 4th game. He's really bothered Magic. It seems every time he puts his hands on him, it bothers Magic. But as you said, when he drops off him, Magic's got to take the outside shot. I think he's proven he's a good outside shooter now.
Let's go down on the floor now to Pat O'Brien.
Thank you, Brent. KC's putting his coat on to go back for the second half. They double-teamed Larry Bird a lot in the first half. Can you spring him free more in the second half?
Well, we're going to try. That's the purpose, is wherever Larry is, make him put it on the floor so he doesn't have the outside shot. If he goes down low, he runs into double up. So we're going to try to do something to spring him a little better.
Coach, you got 24 minutes left in this long season. What'd you say to your team?
Oh, gosh, jeekers, guys, we have to win this game.
Okay.
That's about what it amounts to.
All right, well said. Good luck, Coach. KC Jones, back up to Brent.
All right, Pat, and of course, KC brought one other team into a championship series. That was the Washington Bullets. They were blown away by the Golden State Warriors in 4 straight games. That is a man burning with a desire to win tonight, and he's closing in.
This is an apology from Ford Escort to Fred's Garage, now Fred's Produce. To George's Friendly Service, now George's Video Arcade. And to all the other garages and service stations that have gone on to better things. But how are we to know that when we engineered Ford Escort to be fuel efficient and to require less scheduled maintenance than any leading Japanese import, it would come to this? Have you driven the best-built American cars? Have you driven a Ford lately?
I tell you, playing polo is a lot tougher than it looks.
Sure is.
And even though the horses do the running, you still can work up a thirst.
So after a chucker or two, we have Westerns drink light beer from Miller.
Yeah, light tastes great, and it's got a third less calories than a regular beer.
And it's less filling.
And that's important, because tomorrow we're going to try our hand at water polo.
Yeah, I sure hope those horses can swim.
Me too.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer. And less.
GCA, this is Army 212, 7 miles northwest, low fuel, heavy weather.
Army 212, radar contact, turn right, heading 150.
With a fog-bound helicopter hanging on your every word. It doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman, only that you're
Coming
good.
up slowly.
Roger.
Overlanding threshold.
Be all that you can be.
Thanks for your help.
Roger.
You can do it in the Army.
In July, CBS Sports Sunday will present some of boxing's main events. WBC Super Featherweight Champion Hector Camacho puts his perfect record on the line against unbeaten Louis Burke. Billy Costello will defend his WBC Super Lightweight crown against Ronnie Shields. Lightweight Tony Baltazar and Roger Mayweather will square off. And you'll get month-long coverage of one of sport's most grueling events, the Tour de France. Plus, some of sport's most unusual stories on John Madden's Journeys. all in July on CBS Sports Sunday.
The Boston Celtics have a 6-point lead, 58-52. A lot of it has been on the free throw line, where they have 7 more free throws than the Los Angeles Lakers. And in the rebounding department, the usual. Boston with a 10 rebounding edge. And yet they are very much in this game, trailing by only 6 points. And Tommy Heinsohn, I think you think that the Lakers are sitting well despite the fact they're behind.
Well, one of the fears Pat Riley had was Rambis not being able to play in this game. And he only played 8 minutes. So with him not playing a lot of time, they're right back in this thing. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see Pat Riley.
The Boston Celtics have a 6-point lead, 58-52. A lot of it has been on the free throw line, where they have 7 more free throws than the Los Angeles Lakers. And in the rebounding department, the usual. Boston with a 10 rebounding edge. And yet they are very much in this game, trailing by only 6 points. And Tommy Heinsohn, I think you think that the Lakers are sitting well despite the fact they're behind.
Well, one of the fears Pat Riley had was Rambis not being able to play in this game. And he only played 8 minutes. So with him not playing a lot of time, they're right back in this thing. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see Pat Riley come back with that strategy he used in the 4th quarter of the last game with the quick people. LA is explosive. They can get them back in bunches.
What about the rebounding deficit? If they go with the quick people, they kind of give something up there.
Well, they haven't played aggressive defense yet as well as they can. And I think Pat Riley may just try that to unleash the tempo of the game in his favor.
The center matchup, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has the edge in points. The Celtics have the edge in the game. What about what Kevin Lockery talked about with Brent Magic Johnson's problem?
I think Magic is having a lot of trouble trying to blow by Dennis Johnson because of that knee problem. And he's not shooting that well. He's shooting tentative from the outside. But Pat Riley wants him to drive by DJ, and I don't think he can.
All right, so it's Magic Johnson and Michael Cooper in the backcourt. Kurt Rambis with 3 fouls and James Worthy with 3 up front. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar the center. Dennis Johnson and Gerald Henderson both with 3 started guard for Boston. Bird, Maxwell, and Parish up front. Rambis inside. Kurt Rambis, who was outplayed by Cedric Maxwell decisively in the first half. Maxwell had 17 points, and that's a high for him in this series.
Well, here's what the Celtics did the last ball game. They slowed the pace up, and that kind of was a mistake.
Bird inside against Cooper. Cooper had him boxed well. Loose ball. Bird. Here's Maxwell. And Rambis tears the ball away for the rebound. Magic Johnson to Cooper, gets it back. Left open, and he hits. 58-56 now. 4 in a row by the Lakers starting out here in the 3rd period. And you're right, Tom, the Celtics content to walk it up.
They look like they got the heat treatment tonight.
Henderson driving to the hoop baseline. First points of the game for Gerald Henderson, who had 22 points on Sunday. Here's Kareem. Rarely misses a sky hook that close to the basket.